Good morning, YouTube. Hello, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, UB Budgeting, and welcome. I am back, and let me just say thank you so much for everybody who's followed me since I joined the other day, who's liked my last video with my 100 envelope challenge. Thank you to everybody for your lovely comments and all. I am so grateful just for everybody that's here and that's going with me on this journey as I attempt to make some life changes. I just got to say that I have been watching so many budgeting videos lately, and I'm inspired, number one, but also I took pause, right? Let me just tell you that you don't really know your money until you sit down and like really look at your money. You don't really know where you are financially until you actually look it in the face. And watching your videos made me do that. Have I looked at how much I make and how much is going out? Absolutely. But looking at like an overall picture of, am I prepared for an emergency? If something does happen, if something pops off, what am I going to do? Or just you're looking at, am I funding my 401k properly? Am I funding my Roth IRA properly? Like, just looking at different things that are important when you're my age. I'm 49 years old, and you need to be making better financial choices. So I'm gonna tell y'all, I did like a whole overall picture, and I came up with a few challenges that I'm going to do over the next year. Okay, this is not a race. Let me just say that I'm only racing against myself, right? I'm only racing against myself to try to save money, get a better relationship with money, and just to make things better in my life. So as you all know, the first challenge I'm doing is my 5 envelope challenge, where I'm attempting to fill each one of these 100 envelopes through my pull system here that I have. And I'm excited about this. I think because I did have that realization about what it is I wanted to accomplish financially, that I decided to do a few money challenges, right? I know you see my envelope here. I'm going to explain that in just a minute. But what I did was I said, you know what, I was going to start this when I got paid the next time, but I did mention before rent is due. And as you know, rent can take up pretty much almost 100% of your whole paycheck, but that's another topic for another day. So what I decided to do was start in August. Okay. And that's just going to work out best for me financially. But until then, I'm going to introduce the challenges that I'm going to be doing on this journey. And the next challenge that I decided to do was going to be my 6 months of savings, right? So let me explain. Back in the day, which I'm 49 years old, so I just remember coming up, they would always say you need to have savings, right? And your savings needs to include at least 3 months worth of your monthly expenses, if you would. That way, if you got laid off, fired, you were without a job, whatever the situation may be, you got 3 months to connect from not having a job to having a job. And the 3 months of savings should basically carry you over, right? I just don't think that's realistic nowadays. Okay. And I have found myself without a job for many reasons, whether it was, a reduction in force, whatever the situation was, I'm laid off. Sometimes I've gotten severance, sometimes I haven't gotten severance. But the point is that it is a struggle between jobs trying to take care of all of the bills and make sure everything is good. Now, for me, I have side hustles, which I'll get into later. So those have been the things that have carried me from job to job. And that have saved me, right? And helped me to not rob Peter to pay Paul. My side hustles have been life-changing, if you would. And I started way back in 2014, really before that, just trying to find different ways to make money. But we'll talk more about that on this channel and how I supplement my income. But for now, I decided instead of doing 3 months that I was going to shoot for 6 months of savings. So that's why you see I've written here 6 months of savings. I probably could have printed this, but I didn't. So I'm going to tell y'all what I did. I don't have all the aesthetic matchy stuff. That's just not who I am, but I am a crafty person. So what I did was I had a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. And I took that 12 by 12 cardstock and I created this envelope. And this envelope is going to be my savings envelope. This envelope is going to house my 6 months of savings. Now, 6 months of savings looks like something different for everybody. My 6 months is not going to be your 6 months, and yours isn't going to be, vice versa. We're not going to be shooting for the same goal. But what I decided was I'm going to save 6 months of savings. This is like an emergency fund based on my net pay, which your net pay is what you bring home. And I'm going to do that with what I bring home from my W-2 job every month. I'm not including other resources. But I'm going to do 6 months of savings based on my W-2 job, because that's the one item that if it goes away, I need to replace that money. So that's what I decided to do. So that's what I did, y'all. This my I had a piece of 12 by 12 paper, and I took my 12 by 12 paper and I cut it out, made a little envelope, as you can see. Okay. And this is my envelope. I got my little piece of Velcro, stuck it here. And yeah, this is going to be my envelope for savings. Now, once I reach $1,000 in here, I'm going to take it out and put it in the bank. Hope you guys can see this really good. But yeah, that's my envelope. I'm going to take $1,000. And when I reach $1,000, I'm going to take the $1,000 and put it in the bank. That way, because, this is only going to hold so much. This ain't going to hold all the money that I need to save. But at the end of the day, this is what I created. As you can see, I got my UB for UB budgeting. And I put it over here too. I thought that was just like so cool. I should have made that 3D, but it is what it is. Anyhow, I made my 6 months savings challenge envelope, and we're going to stuff this. I haven't decided how I'm going to go about stuffing these envelopes, but I'm going to choose some type of priority. But I have a lot of challenges that I created based on, I guess, my lifestyle and what's needed for me. I really, really, really have been watching so many videos, because the moment you post a video, that's what comes in your algorithm. So I posted a money budgeting video, and now I'm seeing all of y'all, and I'm so excited to be on your pages. I love when you guys do the cash unstuffings. I can't wait to get to that point. I'm in no rush because my needs are being met, and I thank God for meeting my needs every single day with every single pay, everything. But I do know that I need to save, right? It's absolutely necessary that I create some type of system where I'm saving money for a rainy day and for whatever is to come. With all the changes in the world, we just never know when we're going to need what we need, but I'd rather have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So I'm just on this journey. And you know what I did decide, because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the savings challenge here. I think this is going to go towards home purchase. That's one of my biggest things, is to eventually buy a nice house. And I think once I've saved these amounts, which I think what I came up with, it's $25,250. It's going to happen. And it's no rush on that. If you haven't seen this video, go back on my page and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know that you're here, and tell me what your goals are. Tell me, give me a success story of where you started and where you are now, because I'm telling you, I'm looking at some of y'all channels and I'm like, you got what in the bank? Y'all got y'all little $1,000 placeholders, which, listen, I'm not like an aesthetically pleasing person, but I am a crafty person. So I can make a lot of stuff with all of the different things that I have. Like, this may be simple to somebody else, but somebody else may think it's really, really cute. But you know what? It's just a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. And I just designed it how I thought I wanted it to be designed with UB. And these are my actual initials, but yeah, so it's like UB budgeting. I don't know, but I bought a laminator the other day. See, this is the problem with me. I see stuff and I'm like, oh, that'll be cool to have. Now, granted, I was on a page on Facebook where they give these codes. I don't even remember the page, so don't ask. But they had like these promo codes or coupon, whatever the codes are, for Amazon. And I've been wanting a laminator now for a few years, and I tried to order one. Twice now, and I don't know what went wrong, but This one was originally $56.05, and I got it out the door after taxes and shipping for $23 and some change. So I bought a laminator. So like when I'm seeing you guys with your $1,000 placeholders and stuff and they're laminated, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. So I'm gonna be able to catch up and start doing some of these things because I'm looking forward to my savings. I'm looking forward to my challenges. And I saw someone yesterday. I started following her page and I left a note for her because, you know, like a lot of us, she has debt and she sounded so sad and downtrodden in her video. Here's the thing. And also Bailey's Budget, which I love Bailey's Budget. She's so real. She's very transparent. And she began to talk about how people are attacking her in the comments. Here's the thing. The same people that are attacking you are probably broke themselves. We don't know their situation and no one knows really your situation. They only know what you share. So no matter what people say, no matter what they feel, do what you know is best for you. Listen, if I told you the amount of money that I've wasted just in the past week, you'll be like, oh, that it's your fault that you're this way. You're absolutely right. And I'm taking responsibility and I'm taking accountability for where I am financially. So you can judge me if you want to. I'm not really that concerned about it. But at the end of the day, I'm taking the necessary steps to get to the next place. And I'm encouraging anybody, don't be so offended when people start to leave these comments or they say whatever. Who cares? They're not in your home. They don't have your battles. They don't know what you're doing. We never know what someone else has going on. So be kind to other people. It's free to be kind. And the thing is, there are people who are financially bankrupt, but when you come on somebody's page and you're rude and you're nasty, it shows me that you are emotionally bankrupt. You understand what I'm saying? The money will come, okay? Money can be made, money will be lost, money will come. Don't sit in judgment of people who are being transparent and showing that they're here to make a change in their lives. That's not fair. It's not nice. And it kind of saddened me to see that Bailey's Budget had to address people. I really like her page and I like that she's transparent. Prayers out to her and shouts out to her for being so transparent and being brave enough to share. And then there was another one. I can't call her name right now, but she's a nurse practitioner and her husband is not working right now and they're relying on just her income. But her video was somber and sad. And I reminded her who she is. Listen, you do sound sad in your video, but you know what? Cheer up. The joy of the Lord is your strength, honey. Get and do what you got to do to get from this place to the next place because it's going to happen. And this is but a momentary affliction. So we're not going to focus on where we are now. We're going to focus on where we're going to. Don't let what people say and do get to you. Be encouraged always. And I'm not saying wake up chipper and happy every single day because that's just not realistic. But don't be so offended by what people say. Don't even feel like you have to address it so much. I'm just here to encourage you to keep going. Because listen, I don't want to be a broke girl no more either, okay? I don't want to be broke, but we're going to do what we got to do to get to the next place, to the next level, to be better, and to save every penny and dime that we got until we make it happen. We don't all start out the same. Some of us are still trying to catch up. Okay. We lack financial literacy. We lack the support. So it's okay. Sometimes you got to encourage yourself. Isn't that what the songwriter said? So encourage yourself. Keep going. Sorry, I did not intend to go on this rant, but there's just some things that I saw that I just didn't like. And then there's so many things I saw that were wonderful. And shout out to everybody who is on a plan to be better, do better, and go further. All right. So that's what we're doing. This is the second savings challenge that I've introduced. Again, this is my 6 months of savings. Just a simple envelope that I made here. And this is going to be based on the net pay that I bring home every single month. Because if something happens to that W-2 job, you just never know. You got to be able to have that money. And I think it's more realistic to say 6 months better than 3 months because if it was 3 months years ago, you know, with inflation and everything, baby, because my grocery bill be ridiculous. But anyways, all I'm saying is 6 months to me seems like a better idea than 3 months. So we're going to do that. It's not a race. I'm just going to do it as I can. And like I said, my savings challenges will probably start at the beginning of August. And that would be August 1st, 2025. And I'm saying that just being realistic based on, I want to introduce all of my plans and based on how I'm being paid. I am paid semi-monthly, so I don't get that bi-weekly check, and it really makes a difference those few days. I'm going to just tell you, okay? But anyhow, the next savings challenge that I'm going to introduce is based on change. Now, I only saw one person saving change, but let me just tell you that this is not the ideal situation. But the next time you see me, we're going to have something going where we're saving this change. And the name of that challenge is going to be Extra Change for Aiden, which is my 15-year-old son. So I'm going to be saving all of my change for my son, just to, not for nothing in particular, but just saving for my son. So that's going to be the next one that I introduce. We're going to bring that back. I'm going to get that created. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. I got to get used to saying that. And yeah, I'm excited to see you here. Thank you guys so much.